Roman Reigns vs. LA Knight again, the best and worst of SmackDown. Bianca Belair turned to Jade Cargill to join her team at Survivor Series 2023. Has Asuka officially joined Damage Control as their newest member? Buddy Matthews hints at something major. Vince McMahon sells off a significant amount of TKO stock. 33-year-old WWE superstar to end Logan Paul's US title reign. Santos Escobar breaks silent after betraying Rey Mysterio on WWE SmackDown. Let's jump right into it. The best and worst of SmackDown. In SmackDown, after Crown Jewel answered many questions on the future of many stars. This also included LA Knight, who discussed his future plan, and that he was not done with the bloodline yet. Here's a list of the best and worst from the latest edition of SmackDown. Best, Santos Escobar's heel turn. Bad for Rey Mysterio, but good for him. Santos Escobar's heel turn was a long time coming. On the latest edition of SmackDown, Rey Mysterio addressed losing his US title to Logan Paul at Crown Jewel before Carlito walked out, stressing how Escobar was pivotal to how events unfolded. Carlito and Santos Escobar nearly came to blows, with the LDO being divided. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits attacked them following the match, with Carlito being left alone in the ring. Escobar looked on but refused to offer any help before Rey Mysterio came to his aid. The 39-year-old proceeded to attack the Hall of Famer viciously, citing that despite being his hero, this was something he had to do. The unfolding of events paves the way for a massive feud between the two and will also enable Santos Escobar with a massive foothold for a main roster run. Worst, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller taunting Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens took over Corey Graves' duty as special guest commentator on the Blue Brand tonight. He took the role seriously, even donning a tie he borrowed from Nick Aldis to showcase the seriousness of his work. The SmackDown general manager agreed to let KO take over the post with the stipulation that if he laid hands on anyone, he would be suspended. Owens has been involved in a heated exchange with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller over the past few weeks, which also resulted in the infamous double punch backstage, which Owens is very proud of. The footage was replayed numerous times during the show, which resulted in the menacing duo taunting Kevin Owens and pouring water on his head. He kept quiet until it reached the peak of his patience, and he took revenge on the duo. All these antics leaves the question on the nature of his suspension and what punishment he would receive. While the segment was entertaining, it also seemed quite bland as to what his future pertained on the Blue Brand. Owens' association with Sami Zayn and their rivalry with the Bloodline seemed to have some direction. It remains to be seen what his status will be, at least until Survivor Series. Best, Asuka reuniting with Kairi Sane on SmackDown. Kairi Sane's return at Crown Jewel left Bayley displeased. The former women's champion explained her plans for Io Sky to retain her title despite Sane's help, and tension was prominent between the two Damage Control members. This week on SmackDown, Bayley was doubtful about Kairi Sane's impact on her friendship with Io. They ended up teaming up against Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Asuka in the main event. Asuka and Kairi have worked together before as the fiercely intimidating Kabuki Warriors nearly 3 years ago. Asuka turned on her own team in the main event and sided with Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Bayley, much to their surprise. All of them hugged as they celebrated their union, teasing in a possible Mega War Games match at Survivor Series. What was your favorite segment from SmackDown after Crown Jewel? Bianca Belair turned to Jade Cargill to join her team at Survivor Series 2023. The Empress of Tomorrow attacked the EST and Charlotte Flair during the 6-woman tag team main event on SmackDown tonight. Asuka turned heel and joined Damage Control. The angle can lead to a traditional women's elimination tag team match at the November 25 Premium Live event. The only caveat is that Belair and Charlotte are 2 team members short against Damage Control. Even if Shotzi joins the team, that'll make 3 against 4. The EST could contact Jade Cargill to join her team at Survivor Series 2023. The 31-year-old star has yet to make her in-ring debut in WWE. Jade Cargill has appeared on all 3 of WWE's programming. Her first televised appearance transpired at Fastlane on October 7. She's interacted with Charlotte Flair on SmackDown and Becky Lynch on Monday Night Raw. It remains to be seen if Bianca Belair will turn to Jade Cargill to join her team at Survivor Series. Survivor Series 2023 will go down at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. The arena previously hosted the event in 1989 and 2019. The 1989 event was main evented by the Ultimate Warriors. The Ultimate Warrior, Jim Neidhart, and the Rockers against the Heenan family, Bobby Heenan, Andrew the Giant, Haku, and Arn Anderson in a 4-on-4 elimination match. The 2019 iteration of the event featured a triple threat non-title main event between then NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Baszler won the match but forced Bayley to submit to the Kirifuda clutch. She would be attacked by Lynch post-match. It remains to be seen if these 3 women will compete at Survivor Series this year. Has Asuka officially joined Damage Control as their newest member? Asuka turned heel by aligning herself with Damage Control on WWE SmackDown this week. The Empress of Tomorrow shocked the world by attacking Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair during their 6-woman tag team main event on the Blue brand. For those wondering if Asuka has officially joined Damage Control, this is probably a short-lived alliance till Survivor Series 2023. None of the original 3 members of the faction have tweeted about the Empress of Tomorrow's shocking heel turn at the time of the writing. Plus, it is very much possible that Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane are planning to swerve on Bayley and Dakota Kai. The WWE teased a face turn for Bayley when Dakota Kai referenced her hugger gimmick during their segment. It is possible that the trio could turn on Bayley and Dakota Kai at Survivor Series 2023, putting an end to the heel faction once and for all. Another possibility could see the full-time return of the Kabuki Warriors and a solo run for Io Sky. Asuka and Damage Control were sworn enemies before SmackDown tonight, so the Empress of Tomorrow joining the faction that assaulted her on multiple occasions was a surprise to the WWE universe. With that said, the former WWE Women's Champion probably joined the group because of Kairi Sane. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky entered into a feud with Asuka shortly after they debuted as a faction at the 2022 SummerSlam Premium Live event. Kai and Sky defeated Asuka and Alexa Bliss for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship at Crown Jewel 2022. It remains to be seen how long the newfound alliance between Asuka, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Bayley, and Kairi Sane will last on WWE SmackDown. Buddy Matthews hints at something major. Buddy Matthews recently took to social media to send a cryptic message. His choice of caption also caught the attention of many. Matthews is currently signed to AEW and is a member of the House of Black faction alongside Malachi Black, Brody King, and Julia Hart. The faction is currently feuding with FTR, but has also been involved in angles with other notable stars. Taking to Instagram, Matthews sent out a cryptic message as he seemingly hinted at something major without explaining much. "Release me into the darkness. Let me find my mother. This world has been eradicated of joy. All hail," wrote Matthews. Interestingly enough, Matthews used the term eradicated in his caption. His fiancée and current Judgment Day member, Rhea Ripley, is also known as the Eradicator. Rhea Ripley previously opened up about her real-life relationship and her on-screen work and how she balances the two. Speaking in an interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling, the reigning women's world champion stated that Buddy Matthews has no issues with her on-screen work. Ripley further mentioned that on-screen, Dominic Mysterio is her partner in crime. She said, "To be honest, it's pretty easy. Look, I love my fiancé, I think he's great, but when I'm at work, I am a completely different human being. When I'm at work, Dom is my partner. He is my partner in crime, he is my Latino heat, my dirty Dominic Mysterio, and I will do absolutely anything I can to get him on top of anyone that he's against." But yeah, for me, it's sort of like a switch, and he, Buddy Matthews, understands that as well. That's why it works. Earlier this year, Matthews and Ripley announced their engagement on social media. What did you make of Buddy Matthews' Instagram posts? Vince McMahon sells off a significant amount of TKO stock. Former WWE CEO and current executive chairman of TKO Group Holdings, Vince McMahon, is reportedly selling off a significant amount of his TKO shares. According to a report from Dave Meltzer, McMahon is selling over 8 million of his TKO shares. This is out of the total 28.84 million shares McMahon is said to own. The sale includes roughly 30% of his shares to the tune of $713 million. At this time, there is no word on what this means for McMahon's role within TKO Group Holdings itself. This news comes one day after an SEC filing from TKO stating that the company saw Mr. McMahon's membership on our board as a potential for negative publicity and other adverse financial and operational impacts on our business. In June 2022, Vince McMahon stepped down as CEO and chairman of WWE due to an internal investigation into alleged affairs within the company. In April of this year, WWE merged with UFC parent company Endeavor. WB was sold to Endeavor in a $9.3 billion deal, making the new company, TKO Group Holdings, have a combined valuation of over $20 billion. This news is breaking, with likely more updates to come. 33-year-old WWE superstar to end Logan Paul's U.S. title reign. Logan Paul set shockwaves through the wrestling world by upsetting WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio to win the United States Championship at Crown Jewel 2023. Judging by his reactions on social media, the Maverick is ecstatic. Paul may have to become more regular on SmackDown as U.S. champion, especially considering that a wealth of talent will be gunning for the title around the YouTube sensation's waist. One such talented superstar who could surprise Logan Paul to win the U.S. Championship is Grayson Waller, the brash Aussie who has impressed many on the mic and in the ring. Waller sent out a tweet that shed light on his plans for WWE Elimination Chamber in February 2024. The arrogant Aussie wants to make a name for himself in sports entertainment, and dethroning the Maverick in the first major Australian wrestling show in half a decade would tremendously elevate his stock. There is still plenty of time before WWE heads to Australia for the final road back before WrestleMania 40. Thus, it may be too soon to make such bold predictions. However, it does leave Triple H with 5 months to build the 33-year-old Grayson Waller as a credible superstar. The most arrogant superstar on SmackDown has all the tools to become a significant player in the mid-card division of the brand. By grooming him and providing more opportunities, WWE could make him a viable contender for the US title. The Maverick hinted that he may become more regular as US champion. This would be a marked change from his current schedule, where he has been treated as a part-time celebrity attraction for the company's major premium live events. Logan Paul has been phenomenal in the ring. Furthermore, he has grown into a full-fledged WWE superstar with a solid character. Every time he steps into the ring, he creates magic. Add Paul's popularity into the picture, and the current US champion will certainly help make the title more relevant. As for his potential challengers, the list is long. In addition to Grayson Waller, all members of the LDO could step up to the Maverick, especially after he cheated to defeat Mysterio. Santos Escobar would prove a tough challenge for Logan Paul with his sheer athleticism. The skill and experience of a seasoned veteran like Carlito would also give Paul a run for his money. Bobby Lashley may be grooming the Street Profits, but he could also focus on the US title, which held immense significance for the Dominator last year. AJ Styles is currently off television, but he would be a worthwhile and suitable challenger for the US title. Although his current run recently concluded, John Cena could always stake his claim for the first championship he won in WWE. Either way, it does seem as if Logan Paul is going to become a focal point on WWE programming in the coming months as US champion, and his reign has the potential to be memorable. Santos Escobar breaks silence after betraying Rey Mysterio on WWE SmackDown. Santos Escobar took to social media to break his silence after he betrayed Rey Mysterio on this week's WWE SmackDown. At Crown Jewel, Escobar's controversial actions led to a devastating loss for Mysterio, who was beaten by Logan Paul. The Maverick once again used the brass knuckles to his advantage, and this time it was to win his first championship in WWE, as he captured the United States title. On SmackDown, Escobar was accused by Carlito regarding his actions on the premium live event. Following the latter's match against Bobby Lashley, Escobar attacked Mysterio and turned heel in the process. Taking to Twitter/X, he sent out a one-word message reacting to his action. Disappointed, wrote Escobar. The Latino World Order was revived back in March of this year when Mysterio gifted Legado del Fantasma with LDO shirts. The faction had aided the Hall of Famer in his feud against the Judgment Day. At WrestleMania 39, LDO and Bad Bunny assisted Mysterio in his match against his son, Dominic Mysterio. Fast forward to Backlash, LDO returned the favor to Bunny during his match against Damian Priest, as both Carlito and Savio Vega associated themselves with the faction. Are you excited for Santos Escobar's upcoming run as a heel? Sound off in the comments section below. Roman Reigns vs LA Knight again. Roman Reigns' dominance in WWE has been unparalleled. For 1,000 plus days, he has been enjoying his time as champion. Despite many talented superstars trying their best to dethrone the tribal chief, none have been able to do so. A reason behind it also has to do with the bloodline helping Reigns. Due to constant interference from the heel faction, it seems Roman Reigns won't lose his title anytime soon. However, at WrestleMania 40, there is a chance Reigns might face the biggest threat in his dominant reign. At the grandest stage in wrestling, the head of the table might take on LA Knight. On the latest edition of SmackDown, Knight mentioned how he was close to beating Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel last week. The megastar also added he wasn't done with Reigns and the bloodline. Thus, close to WrestleMania, WWE could build a storyline between Reigns and Knight, which leads to a match at WrestleMania. While this angle is speculative, fits well because even if WWE wants Cody Rhodes to face Roman Reigns, adding LA Knight would lead to a fantastic triple threat match. Given the stars in this potential match, WWE can also expect great ratings. Like Roman Reigns, the bloodline has also been a dominant faction. Despite several cracks within the team, Bloodline has managed to stay relevant and dominant. This is a big achievement given how short-lived some teams in WWE have recently been. However, despite all their dominance in WWE, wrestling veteran Vince Russo feels the Bloodline isn't the best faction. On Sportskeeda's writing with Russo, the former WWE writer agreed with Booker T's comments about Main Event Mafia being better than the Bloodline. Russo said, 1,000% better than Bloodline, not even close. You had one major player in the Bloodline and a bunch of supporting roles. These guys, Main Event Mafia members, were all freaking superstars, not even close. Taking credit for putting the Main Event Mafia together, Russo added, I did put the Main Event Mafia together. Kevin Nash named the Main Event Mafia, and I am sure I wrote in the Booker T, having the mic during that match. In TNA, the Main Event Mafia was one of the biggest factions. MEM included massive stars in its ranks like Sting, Kurt Angle, Booker T, and Kevin Nash to name a few. During their prime, the Main Event Mafia seemed untouchable.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.